only want to watch the stuff that's not so goofy, but still feeling some positive energy, you know what I'm saying? So here's the deal. I'm driving, it's beautiful outside. One of the most beautiful February days I've seen in a long time. It's bright outside. I mean, you can see all the nature everywhere I'm driving right now. Everything is just so gorgeous. We're looking right past it, and I don't mean to not focus on the road, y'all. I mean, we're driving through amazingness right now, all right? Now check this. I'm gonna give you guys a little talk real quick, and go ahead and take this in. You can take it whatever direction you want to do it. I'm not a doctor. I exercise science freak. I study very, very intensely on anatomy and the body, and I plan on going even further with my education on those things. Now, here's my take, y'all. I've been dealing with depression over a couple of years now. I've gone on a few different depression medications. I have actually weaned myself off of one to try another. Another worked out a little differently. One messed with my head. The other one messed with my other head. I'm going to be honest with all y'all guys. The other one wouldn't even let me get up half the time. And this is the truth, guys. I'm not worried about anybody thinking nothing. You know what I'm saying? You guys got to be honest with each other, dude. Everyone out there is dealing with this shit. And the closer we become honest, the more that we get away from this stuff and realize that we're doing it to ourselves. So check this. So I've weaned myself off of that one almost 100% over the last probably couple months. And really, really started focusing internally on a lot of my issues with just what our society deems as depression. Now, if someone out there has a chemical imbalance, please, you may need to seek medical help. Don't consider me being anybody's doctor. That's not what I'm even talking for. I'm here for some inspiration, y'all. Check this though. Right now, look outside at any tree, and now try to find one that is completely by itself. When your brain is 100% alone, by itself, when you are by yourself, you get to choose, and even when you're not by yourself, but hear me out, this is for a little analogy here, a little metaphoric word here. If your brain, your synapses in your brain, literally your brain anatomy, works as a restructuring unit, it's like a tree of restructuring nonstop, and they fire towards what you feel. They fire nonstop towards what's getting you off, what's going to direct some serotonin, what's going to give you some more dopamine, what's going to give you some more good feelings in your life, and you keep following that regardless of whether it's positively or negatively charged. And like I said, we talked about that before. Whether it's good or bad, internally, you're going to follow what gets you off. Now, that being said, let me bring up my father on this one. My father had one of the hardest childhoods I've ever could imagine. His mother was murdered, and that would be my grandmother. Rest in peace, Judith Swizer. Now, his father ended up taking his own life, my grandfather, who I miss very dearly, later on in life. Now, my father struggles every day and thinks that people can see all this bad in him. And whether you want to go Freudian or not on this, what I want y'all to understand is that, so what happens is that his brain, anatomy-wise, this is not voodoo shit. Look this up, guys. Take this information and take it on your own, and then start to restructure your own brain. Anatomy-wise, his brain started feeling all that negativity, and then he got put into some bad stuff, and then he got wrapped up in some bad people, and then he started firing around more negativity, and then his brain started structuring around more. And here's the deal. Imagine the sun is directly above that one tree. Remember the tree we're talking about? That's your brain. Imagine the sun is directly above that one tree. That tree will grow straight. That tree will go up as long as it's got the water and the nutrients and everything that it needs that you are feeding your body, which is also your tree, your vessel. Your brain will go straight up. It will feed on every direction. It will learn to feel all these directions because the sun is up. Our sun, for our brain, is like a positive or a negative or a good or a bad that's making it fire or synapse and fire towards that way. So my father, or me, however it works, he was dealing with depression. Now, regardless of chemical imbalance, which can be caused by your own body, my father only knew how to fire off of negatives for almost his whole life. And so if he's firing off of negatives, if all he sees in the sun, his sun, which is what he deems the sun for his brain, is over on the left side, and it's giving him It's giving him the synapse to fire off of, let's say, alcohol or drugs or negativity, or thinking that people are thinking bad about him, or that all he can think about or remember is bad as a kid. Then that's what his brain's constantly firing at. So his tree, his synapse structure in his brain is growing towards that side of the sun. And the sun is over here for him. Now, y'all, what do you think depression is? Just sit back and think about that for a second. If his